Okay, for this routine, we'll be using a towel, a hacky, or you could use a balled up pair of socks if you don't have one yet. And the dowel is actually optional, and I'll show you when you can use that. So to get started, I've just tightly rolled up this towel, just a normal bath towel, a bit of a thin one, but whatever towel you have, roll it up as tight as you can. And that is going to give us a cushioned platform for our feet to press on like this. So we want to be standing on the towel, and that's going to give some very gentle pressure through the arch of our foot. And we can just be standing and marching around on that. Nice and gentle. If you feel the need to be next to a wall, feel free. If that helps with balance, the towel can be a little bit of an unstable surface. And we're just marching. Stepping really, but we can actually also add in a little bit of a march by bringing the knee higher and higher. And that will just mean you're spending more time loading on one foot and actually loading even more of your body weight. This is where the wall can actually come in handy. And you can also change the position that you're pressing on the towel. So you could be angling more towards the outer edge of your foot or more towards the inside of the arch, like that. Again, using the wall as needed. And just explore as much of your foot as you can. So this should be gentle. This should feel like there's some movement going on, some pressure, but nothing that is making you grit your teeth or swear or anything like that. If you want to add more pressure, that's what the dowel is for. So I'll show you how to do that now if you want. Otherwise, you can absolutely just stick with the towel as is. But if you want a little more pressure, you can roll the dowel up in the towel. And do the exact same thing. And now you've just got that extra pressure going through the feet. Might be a little more intense, so just give yourself a minute to get used to that. And now we're going to add in a throw and catch, but you can just pause on one spot. So I want you to find a spot in your foot that you can handle the pressure, that you can breathe, and then we're just going a throw catch, one hand to the other. If you're not feeling particularly balanced in this position for whatever reason, you can be using the wall and just throwing to one hand. And I want you to try and go a little bit higher and higher with the throws and follow the hacky or socks with your eyes and your head. And of course, you could be going alternating hands like that. So this is warming up our visual and vestibular system, ready to do some balance training. And it's also getting us that pressure in the feet even more and taking our mind off it. So over time, if you come back to this routine, then you can gradually reduce how much cushioning you're using with the towel to suit your needs, because over time your feet will get tougher and tougher. You can also change the position. So before I was just in the middle there, so now I'm going to go closer to the ball of my foot, and I'm going to be doing the same thing, throw catch. Obviously, if you mess up a throw and you need to step off and get back on, completely fine. Okay, now we're gonna go pressure on the forefoot. So you might want just a bit of extra padding here. And if you have been using the dowel, you might find that you want to take the dowel out for this one. So just find whatever suits you. You'll want to use the wall for balance because now we'll actually be hovering our heels off the ground while standing on the towel. And again, just doing the same throw catch. Pressuring our forefoot, and you'll start to feel that your calves are working, the muscles in your feet are working. And you're getting some pressure tolerance building back up through the feet. So if you're using the towel and you wanted to build up more pressure tolerance, you could unroll it a little bit, and eventually you could end up on flat ground or, like I said, with the dowel. If you want more of a balance challenge here, you can just try to use, say, one finger instead of a whole hand, or instead of multiple fingers, one finger like that. Will still give you a lot of support, but we'll reduce that slightly. And obviously, if you wanted to practice catching the other side, which I do recommend, you could turn around. I won't do that though, because then I'd have my back facing to you. So we're gonna have a little rest now. We're gonna come into position for a split stance. So you won't need the dowel, and roll back up your towel like so. And I'll show you from this angle. Front foot is going to be on the towel. The back foot is just going to be behind, and the narrowness of your stance will influence how hard it is. So if you want it to be harder, make it narrower. If you want it to be easier, make it wider. And you're going for this little wobble. You want some wobbles and some adjustments being made with the front foot, but not so much that you can barely maintain the position for a few seconds. Because remember, we're going to be doing a throw catch. So rather than using the wall here, we're specifically doing our throw catch, and you change your stance as needed. Alternating hands and throwing nice and high if you can. And you can even play with going wide throws. So if I was facing the front, it would be just going wider and wider like that. You can see how many throw catches you can get in a row in a particular stance, and you can just keep track of how wide that stance is. Let's change to the other side. Find a similar position. This is a really great way to build up time spent loading one foot, especially barefoot. The towel gives that cushioning, and if you wanted to add back in the dowel for extra pressure, then that is absolutely an option. You just need to use enough cushioning from the towel that you're not overloading your foot, and you'll know, your body will tell you. So sometimes if you add the dowel back in, which I will now, then you might just need a thicker towel or maybe 2 towels at first, and then you can gradually wind that back. But this does give you a really nice pressure through the metatarsal heads, opens up your foot, and is a really great way to challenge your balance. Over time, go narrower and narrower. Adding in the throw challenges the balance even more. And before you know it, your feet, ankles, calves, and hips will all be working together and even getting a bit of a workout while you play. Take some time to check in with how your feet felt throughout that session and afterwards, and make sure that it was the right dose for you, and come back to this session and try all of those progressions that I mentioned.